き行くよ。ゆきちゃんは授業を受けてます。どういうことですか？ゆきの中では事件は起こってないんだよ。
The story begins on a bright morning in a high school where all the students seem cheerful and busy with their daily routines. A third-year student named Kurumi has a strong crush on a boy named Katsuragi. One day, when she sees him, she gets nervous and accidentally falls down. To get treated, she visits the school clinic where she meets Miss Megumi, a teacher who also works as a part-time nurse. While they are talking about Kurumi's crush, a cheerful girl named Yuki suddenly jumps in from behind. She often visits Miss Megumi, who deeply cares for her students and always offers emotional support. Later, as Kurumi is heading home, Katsuragi approaches her and asks. Seeing him up close makes her so nervous that she trips again. The two then walk home together, happy because it's the first time they've ever talked. The next day, Kurumi excitedly tells Miss Megumi about it, saying that Katsuragi finally became her friend. Hearing this, Miss Megumi feels genuinely happy for her. As always, Yuki overhears them and joins in cheerfully. Soon after, another girl named Era joins them and asks Miss Megumi to check out the vegetables growing on the school rooftop. Since Miss Megumi is the advisor of the horticulture club, she encourages the other girls to join as well, and they gladly agree. Later that day, as Kurumi is leaving school, she sees Katsuragi running toward her in a hurry and waves excitedly. In the next scene, the three girls, Era, Kurumi, and Yuki, are preparing breakfast together. After eating with Miss Megumi, they head to the rooftop to collect vegetables. While working, Yuki happily plays around, then runs downstairs to show the vegetables to her classmates, proudly saying how fresh they are. But as she does this, Kurumi and Era silently watch her. When Yuki turns around, the scene changes, and the classroom turns out to be empty, with bloodstains everywhere. The students she was talking to never existed, as they were all in her imagination. Outside, the school is surrounded by zombies. Every student has turned into the Walking Dead. Inside, Kurumi and Era sit in a room marked School Living Club. They study a map of the school, planning to reach the cafeteria because their food supplies are running low. Before leaving, they glance at Yuki, who is still sitting in the empty classroom, smiling and laughing with imaginary students. As Kurumi opens a door, a crowd of zombies awaits them. Knowing they react to sound, the girls create a diversion and quietly slip out. Then they move cautiously but soon come face to face with another zombie. They barely manage to evade it by hiding in silence, but moments later, another one attacks, which also alerts the zombie they narrowly evaded. Seeing it, Era panics, trips, and falls. Just as the zombie is about to bite her, Kurumi strikes it down and helps her escape. Finally, they reach the cafeteria and start packing food. Suddenly, a girl attacks Kurumi, but she's not a zombie. The girls quickly realize she's another survivor and decide to take her along. After checking that she has no bite marks, they learn her name is Minnie. She has been hiding in the cafeteria alone for a long time. That night, all of them share dinner together. Yuki tries to talk to Minnie, but since she doesn't know them well yet, Minnie stays quiet. She just keeps wondering how these girls can act so cheerful in such a dark and hopeless world. The next morning, Yuki takes Minnie to the rooftop and tells her how beautiful the place looks. But Minnie is shocked because nothing around them is beautiful. The city is destroyed and zombies roam everywhere. Soon after, she sees Yuki laughing and talking to people who aren't even there. Confused, she later asks Kurumi and Era about it. They explain that Yuki lost touch with reality after the zombie outbreak. To protect her fragile mind, they keep pretending that school life is still normal. The scene then cuts back to the day of the outbreak. Kurumi's crush, Katsuragi, was running toward her to warn her that zombies had entered the school. She was confused until a girl suddenly fell from above and turned into a zombie right before her eyes. Terrified, Kurumi and Katsuragi ran through the halls. Meanwhile, Miss Megumi and the other students, including Era, witnessed the chaos spreading from the rooftop. As Katsuragi tried to protect Kurumi, one of her zombified friends attacked. Katsuragi jumped in to save her, but got bitten in the process. Somehow, they reached the rooftop, but his condition quickly worsened. Realizing he was turning, Katsuragi begged Kurumi to stay away, but she refused to leave him. Trembling, she held him close until he completely turned into a zombie. Meanwhile, the others fled as Miss Megumi locked the door behind them, staying with Yuki and helping to take out the zombies on the rooftop. Witnessing all this deeply affected Yuki's mind. Unable to accept the loss, she fell into a state of denial and depression, convincing herself that everything at school is still normal. Meanwhile, Katsuragi fully turns into a zombie and lunges at Kurumi. Left with no choice, she kills him to save her own life. After that, the girls continued struggling to survive each day. The story then returns to the present, where even after hearing everything, Minnie stays quiet and emotionally distant. The truth doesn't change how she feels, so she gets up and leaves the room. That night, she spends hours thinking about everything. By morning, she decides to escape. To distract the zombies, she plays a song through the school's loudspeakers, drawing them toward the sound. Taking advantage of the moment, she tries to leave. Yuki follows her, begging her to stay, but Minnie doesn't listen. Meanwhile, when Era and Kurumi realize the speakers are on, they rush to switch them off, unaware that Yuki and Minnie are outside. At that time, Minnie finds the teacher's car keys and starts looking for the car. But as soon as the music stops, the zombies hear them and surround the two girls. They quickly climb onto a car, terrified and cornered. Kurumi rushes out to help, trying to distract the zombies, but her efforts fail. Seeing no other option, Era runs back to the music room and plays a sports anthem through the speakers. The sound distracts the zombies again, and Yuki, treating it like a game, grabs Minnie's hand and runs joyfully as if they are racing in front of cheering crowds. After a chaotic chase, all the girls finally make it safely back inside. Seeing how Yuki and Era risk their lives to save her, Minnie becomes emotional and decides to stay with them, officially joining their school living club. The next day, Kurumi and Minnie team up to clear the way toward the school's warehouse, fighting off every zombie they encounter. Their goal is to find food. When they finally make it inside, they are shocked to see the warehouse filled with supplies, enough to last for months. Overjoyed, they begin packing boxes to carry back. But suddenly a zombie emerges from the shadows. To their horror, it's Katsuragi. Kurumi freezes, unable to attack him. As he lunges toward her, Era steps in and kills him, saving Kurumi once again. She asks if Kurumi is okay, and Kurumi nods silently, holding back her tears. With plenty of food now secured, the girls neatly arrange everything in their kitchen. They cook together, take photos, and laugh at night, trying to find small moments of joy. They also reinforce their shelter to make it safer and continue tending to their rooftop plants. Time passes peacefully. Eventually, autumn arrives, and Yuki suggests organizing a school festival, saying they should keep following traditions no matter what. The girls agree and begin preparing decorations with excitement. When everything is ready, Yuki surprises Miss Megumi by taking her to the decorated room. Miss Megumi is moved to tears, and together they begin celebrating. But just then, a zombie accidentally finds a lighter and sets itself on fire, triggering the school's fire alarm. The loud siren echoes through the building, causing panic. Because of the noise, the zombies outside begin swarming toward the school. Kurumi and the others rush to turn off the alarm, but before they can, the outer barricades collapse and hundreds of zombies flood the campus. Kurumi shouts for everyone to run. Minnie and Era sprint upstairs, terrified. As zombies crash through classroom doors, they lock themselves inside their club room, trembling. Meanwhile, Era breaks down crying, losing hope. On the other hand, Yuki, who had gone off with Miss Megumi earlier, gets separated and lost. She cries helplessly, unsure where to go. Kurumi, still running from the zombies, finally reaches the rooftop, but the horde follows her there too. She climbs to a higher spot, completely overwhelmed, wondering how she will protect herself and her friends now. By this point, the entire school is on fire. Flames spread as burning zombies crash into each other. Soon, the horde breaks through the clubroom door where Era and Minnie are hiding, terrifying them even more. Yuki, alone in another hallway, encounters a burning zombie approaching her and screams in fear. Meanwhile, on the rooftop, Kurumi watches the destruction below. Feeling hopeless, she sits down and tells herself that maybe survival is no longer possible. Just then, she sees the spirit of Katsuragi. He gently asks why she looks so down. She tells him that no matter how hard they tried, it never felt like they truly won. Katsuragi smiles and reminds her not to give up, saying her friends still need her strength. He tells her he liked her from the beginning, because she always kept fighting, no matter how hard things got. These words give Kurumi the courage she needs. Realizing he's right, she gets up again and reminds herself that giving up is never an option. With renewed determination, she jumps from the ledge and rushes back to save her friends, fighting off zombies one by one. While searching for her friends, Kurumi reaches the clubroom and finds the floor covered with dead zombies. There, she notices the burnt body of a girl and assumes it's Minnie. Believing her friend is gone, she breaks down crying. But then, she hears Minnie's faint voice, calling her name. It turns out Minnie and Era are still alive, struggling to defend themselves from another zombie. Kurumi quickly rushes to help them. During the chaos, however, the zombie suddenly bites Kurumi's hand. Everyone panics, thinking she's infected. But to their relief, she isn't. The zombie's teeth were blocked by the bracelet Katsuragi had gifted her, saving her life. Overwhelmed with joy, the three girls hug each other tightly. Then they realize that Yuki is missing and immediately go to look for her. Meanwhile, Yuki regains consciousness and sees a burnt zombie nearby, which terrifies her. Crying, she calls out for Miss Megumi, begging her to come back. Just then, she sees Miss Megumi walking toward the medical room. Yuki follows her there and finds a torn ear of a teddy bear on the floor, which triggers a painful memory from the day the zombie outbreak began. Back then, when the school was first attacked, Miss Megumi tried to save Era, Kurumi, and Yuki by leading them to the medical room for supplies. Inside, Yuki noticed a teddy bear on the floor and bent down to pick it up. But at that moment, a zombie appeared and attacked her. Miss Megumi managed to kill it and protect Yuki, but another zombie bit her from behind. Realizing she was infected, Miss Megumi locked herself in the clinic and told the girls to escape without her. Despite their tears and pleas, she refused to go, urging them to survive even without her. Remembering this, Yuki realizes that the Miss Megumi she just saw was only in her imagination. The real Miss Megumi had turned into a zombie long ago, but Yuki's fragile mind refused to accept it. Meanwhile, Kurumi, Era, and Minnie finally find Yuki in the medical room. When they enter, they see her standing dangerously close to Miss Megumi's zombie. They shout for her to move away, but Yuki calmly says everything is fine. She explains that Miss Megumi had tied herself with a rope before turning into a zombie so she wouldn't harm anyone. Hearing this, everyone becomes emotional. With tears in her eyes, Kurumi gently puts Miss Megumi to rest, ensuring she can finally be at peace. It breaks her heart, but she knows it's the right thing to do. Afterward, they discover that all the zombies drawn inside by the fire alarm have burned to death. The school falls silent once again, but sadly, all their stored food has been destroyed in the fire. With no other choice left, the girls decide to finally leave the school. Before departing, they hold a small graduation ceremony for themselves. They hand each other makeshift certificates, share memories, and smile through their tears. Remembering the happy times they spent together, they congratulate one another for surviving this far against all odds. Finally, the four girls pack their belongings into the car, ready to begin a new journey. Before driving away, Kurumi turns back to look at the school one last time. She silently remembers Katsuragi and Miss Megumi, whispering a heartfelt goodbye. With hope and determination in their hearts, the girls drive through the ruined city, leaving their school life behind, but continuing their fight for survival. And with that, the movie comes to an end. And that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out and keeps us motivated to make more videos for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.